we're going to be actually getting something done in the 1971 Plymouth Duster.
Well, we got her moved into a new location. It's closer to my place. Nice storage unit. Today's agenda is strictly to get all of this wiring that I just recently put in. Everything, including the intake, everything fuel injected related, all of that. We're getting all of that removed. We're switching over to a carbureted setup. Got the intake on its way. We're not going to need any of this wiring. I have the original wiring from the Duster itself. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and start doing that. And then ideally, might be able to put the tranny in. We'll see. Sorry about the noise. It should be all for the day. Get started on the wiring. Alrighty, now that we got the wiring out of the way, as you can tell it's a lot cleaner. I'm going to remove that tray. Don't worry about that. We have the original wiring for the Duster itself, for the alternator, all that good stuff. So we're going to take off the intake manifold next, clean it up a little bit, get it ready for the carbureted manifold that is coming in tomorrow. Now that we've got that removed, all the bolts loose for the most part, they're all loose. Should be able to pry up on it. Gonna replace these gaskets, even though they're in there pretty damn good. We plan on using this manifold, so we didn't really want to put shitty manifold gaskets in. Alright. Instantly drop some leaves in there. Pretty normal. So, this motor came out of a 1998 Dodge Ram. It's essentially stock. It's as stock as I can get. Hoping to just kind of throw an intake on there. New oil pressure sending unit. We should be somewhat good. We're going to be running a carbureted setup. Obviously, I've got a 670 Street Avenger that I'm going to be throwing on here with a Summit intake, just a 4-barrel setup. We're going to be running an HEI distributor on our own. Since the last time I've been on camera, door's loud. Anyways, last time the camera's been up, we've put a few of the things together actually, quite a few of them. Just adjust that. Start out with the intake. It's a YN knockoff, it's a Speedmaster's. It's a mid-rise, obviously square port, dual plane. Got that installed and that bolted up amazingly. Starting in the back, got a new distributor. It's just a HEI, normal, everyday distributor. It'll do what we need to do. We got to get a coil for it, but I'm not too worried about it. Then we got the old 670 Street Avenger. It's a vacuum secondary 4-barrel. It'll do just fine. I certainly don't see any reason why I would have any problems with that. Ran on my last engine, it's gonna run just fine on this one. I don't really need to go through it. Float bowls are fine, no corrosion. Like I said, it just hasn't been ran quite a bit. Also, seeing down there, I'm sure we can see it there. Got the transmission installed, so we're gonna be running a 727. Obviously a small block pattern since it is on a small block Mopar. Just a 3-speed. Really didn't do anything to it. I very strictly looked through the internals and decided that it really wasn't necessary. Instead, there really wasn't anything necessary for the removal of it. It looked clean, looked like it hadn't been abused, which is perfect for what we're going to be doing it for. We're only going to be making about 300 horsepower, if that, maybe 250. Not looking for a whole bunch. It's not, I mean, I haven't even upgraded the cams yet. Heads are stock, bottom end is stock, everything else is stock. Just looking to get her on the road today. Not today, the road soon. Hopefully, gonna be working on my buddy's Dart today. I'll be filming that. We should be okay. This is all the old stuff that we pulled out of it. Obviously a bunch of wiring that old intake manifold. Weight savings is ridiculous on this right now. I mean, the intake alone probably saved close to 30 pounds minimum. Just waiting on the headers. It's gonna be about a week or two before we get those. We'll have to raise up the engine, install those, and put that back down. I think with these Mopars, you gotta actually remove some of the suspension work underneath, the sway bars, and like pitman arms and stuff. Gotta remove that. Kind of in the next week, gonna be buttoning up, putting the windshield wiper motor back. Brakes, obviously, that's kind of a necessary need. Gonna be working on building a shift linkage for the, it is a column shifter, and I think we're gonna stay column shifted unless I can find a cheap alternative to that, maybe a floor shifter. But I'm gonna look around, see if I can find anything. If I can't, then we're gonna stay with the column, and I'm gonna find a solution to adjusting that to the actual shifting points so I can go through the gears. I mean, other than that, it's accessories and radiator, and she should be up and going. Emphasis on should. I give it about a week. Gotta keep the updates coming. Make sure we don't have any huge problems. I'm sure there can't be too much. I gotta install a fuel pump. There's a high flow fuel pump in it now, electric fuel pump for the fuel injection we were gonna run. Obviously, it's not gonna work for a carburetor. Needs much less PSI at much higher gallon per hour. That's not a problem though. We're gonna be running returnless. Obviously, it's carburetor. Then we should be good. I think it's just a matter of time before she's up on the road. I gotta keep staying diligent with it between work and helping friends and all that stuff. I made pretty good progress, I gotta say.